wasn't sitting on the floor beating your and I had to walk past your nasty ass.
You in a whole Joe Budden space.
Joe looked crazy. Raqi Thunda looked crazy.
There's a story missing.
Oh yeah,
that they're both not saying.
I do also think Joe did her dirty in more than one way.
I still don't know if she's not a bum. She could still be a bum.
Why didn't she have a response to that?
Because she's homeless.
Yo, they were arguing about the stupidest man. Holy they both lost. Let's do Joe Budden versus Raqi Thunda. They got on Twitter Spaces. We listened to it.
It was beautiful.
It was, how do we sum this up? It was a beautiful disaster.
She was sad.
Nobody won. We need to start there. In this exchange, there were no winners. Everybody looked bad. Joe looked crazy. Raqi Thunda looked crazy. The peanut gallery looked crazy. There was 0 winners. The only winners right now, I guess, I feel like are in terms of content.
I think Raqi won.
I think Raqi looked sounded the most sane in that room.
Yeah.
Really?
100%.
I don't think so.
I think you should explain it first, like a little bit about what happened, just for context reasons.
I don't know what happened. I just know that they met, they clashed, and they had a lot of things where she said he was a bum. He said you was never that bitch. We never looked at you like you was that bitch. Apparently, Joe was doing a lot of masturbating towards her.
I think where she won was the fact that she took care of him when he was a bum.
So I believe there were plenty of things.
And this is the reaction that she's getting from that.
And no matter what, like, that's a real bitch move. You gotta respect real bitch activity. She took care of you while you was a bum, nigga.
And a drug addict.
And a drug addict. And that's the thing. That's the thing with their relationship. Something's missing, and nobody's saying anything. Like there's something missing to where, like, maybe Joe doesn't look as bad, or Raqi looks like a fucking heathen. But overall, I think Joe just.
What are they missing? Don't leave me saying.
I don't know. I don't want to assume it's anything, but like a bad argument or like.
Oh, you're saying there's something that none of us.
There's a story missing.
Oh yeah,
that they're both not saying.
Oh,
but they allude to it with energy into like
that I agree
certain words.
That I agree.
That
you think
they'll
it's more
never
the sexual
speak
attention?
on public.
Because they both probably come out looking bad.
Exactly.
I think
and so it's one of those big like I got a nuke, you got a nuke, nigga. We
both know we won't cross that line.
Exactly. Yeah. And to even.
Do you think it's a bad? Okay, there was things that she said. There's things that he said. I believe both parties in this. I believe they both said hurtful things to each other, and I was like, okay, he probably was. He was a bum and a drug addict. I believe that.
Joe was trying to hurt her. Not to interrupt you, but Joe was trying to really hurt her with the homeless shit. And now that I think about it, I think that was kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
I think that was a little fucked up. There's so many different ways to hurt a hoe's feelings. Like so many different ways. Especially when, like, look.
You thought he was trying to hurt her with the homeless thing, or the thing when he said you was never that bitch?
The never that bitch. Both. That's basic.
That was nasty.
That's a little jab. That's a light jab.
But that was a bulk of this argument.
Yeah.
Of who looked better. When did I start looking good?
But even
I look better than your bitch?
She eventually pivoted and was like, nigga, you keep talking about my ass, nigga. I was living that life. I had brains.
And everything that she said was things that she didn't expose about him. You get what I'm saying? Like everybody knew he was a bum or a drug addict for the most part. It's
right.
Like,
I believed all of those stories.
Where you think those fucking bars was coming from?
Right. I believed
in all
that
types
shit.
Of form.
Yeah. Every time she said you were a bum that I took care of.
But when he said that, like that was just a rumor up to it. That point where he said it.
What was?
Her being homeless. There was no like proof.
I thought it was interesting that she got real quiet.
Exactly.
I thought she had a response for everything but you're homeless right now.
My feelings got hurt for
And
her.
I said, is she? Because she had a response for everything but that one.
Yeah.
Where does she live?
I ain't gonna lie, I felt for a hoe right there.
Yeah. Because her being homeless doesn't make anything that she said about this nigga wrong. It just kind of just hurts her ego so she can't argue no more.
She started giggling. It said, suck my dick. I said, damn.
Because from what it seems like a classic tale. Bitch held you down. You got up. You got sober-ish.
And then left her.
And
so y'all think
her.
Y'all think Raqi won this?
Yeah.
And I'm saying this, but I still don't know if she's not a bum bitch. She could still be a bum bitch. Like that's always on the table. She's from New York. It's a bunch of those. So it's
bum bitches. Leave comments in the
for sure
in the comment section.
And if you're from New York, tell me if I'm wrong.
Only if you're from New York.
If you're from New York, tell me if I'm wrong. But
I just don't like how it don't seem like there's anybody from Joe Budden's early inner circle or life that's stuck around. And they always leave in like a ballistic way. Like it's never like niggas that are just solid in his life.
Ish and Ice
I feel like that's a litmus test.
True.
Ish, Ice, Parks, Imani, all them niggas been there.
Yeah,
but now he's
true.
paying them. Like what friends is he
They were
have
there
that-
before.
They were there before.
Yeah, they were there.
But I'm saying he's paying them now. Like it's just I don't know. It just seems weird that when people seem to genuinely be with you when you was down bad, those are always the niggas that you kind of undermine. Those are the people you talk shit about. Those are the people you send in like little furries and shit. You get them on spaces and get them flustered.
I think we only have 2 examples of that.
Right.
I think that's too many.
Probably. But I mean,
What the fuck? We see
That's
more
all it
friends
takes,
that
nigga.
we've seen more. We see him being around a higher number of like I think 15, 20 year plus friendships
then we have seen.
than we've seen break
both,
apart.
I think both statements are true.
we got
to where
3.
it's
We got
like
Rory Mal,
his-
Raqi.
Yeah.
Like,
the
those
wa-
are our top 3 right now.
I mean, how many friends you got fuck over?
because we can't count any relationships because that's relationship
Yeah,
type
those are
shit.
the- yeah.
So
I think both statements are true to where it's like Joe's attachment style to people is very destructive.
Oh yeah.
But
well, he's a drug addict.
We've also
he has drug addict tendencies, which their relationships with people are crazy. Like
He was a drug addict. He's not.
yeah, he was a drug addict, but like anything that happened in that time period is to almost not be accounted for, and if I do account for it, I am accounting for the worst possible scenario
yeah.
because the nigga was on drugs. So whatever the worst possible case that could have happened, I'm comfortable saying that probably happened.
Yeah.
because the nigga was on drugs. You know what I'm saying? So, and if we were on drugs together. Niggas who be on drugs, like relationship niggas who be like alcoholics together, they do equally fucked up shit to each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably those nukes that like,
Him and Raqi got.
yeah, where it's like we both did drugs together, we did fuck shit together. But like, let's just go through a couple of these.
I was about to say because we're just talking about
Let's
it.
go
But
to
people
3
don't know how
minutes.
serious.
Y'all have to hear it. This is embarrassing. So I think everybody lost because this sounds embarrassing. This was embarrassing as fuck.
Joe
on both
lost,
parties.
man.
This isn't. I don't think Joe lost. I
Leave
think this
your
is-
opinions in the comment section.
I think this was embarrassing for these people to be having this type of argument
At this age.
in the public.
With these
That's number
words.
Joe, what
I
was
think the
Joe's
context-
points really?
I think the context of the argument, some of the things were, my bitch I look better than your bitch. You never look better. Like it was ranking whose bitch looks better and when you actually got attractive. Like this is like middle school argument level now.
Yep. The shit that you be making us do with these bitches.
Then it was also, let me see.
Bro, Joe's points, he didn't really have no points to return.
Yeah.
Like in
And
terms
anytime
of
she made a
points,
good
Joe
one.
had a couple points that were not refuted. Nobody can refute the fact, okay, this is why Raqi is always going to lose from the objective standpoint. She's in Joe Budden spaces. I remember when Raqi first got to spaces, she made this like poetic ass tweet that says something like, when I came into the Joe Budden spaces, I came knowing I was going to get beat up on because everybody in this community hates me. But I was surprised to see like how embraced I was. Long story short, it was like she went there into a Joe Budden universe, which was Twitter Spaces, to get to receive the hate that she got from his fan base. But in return, actually got like love and hate. But it was like,
Yeah.
So you're already volunteer. Why don't you just go to your own spaces? Why are you going to spaces that you don't feel like you're welcome at? You're always going to lose in terms of that. You're always going to lose. If you're in a Joe Budden space, I'm coming to your community to talk about you, this person that I've had over 20-year animosity with, or whatever.
They were still cool though.
Yeah, so not 20 years, but however long we've fallen out.
Yeah.
But I'm
But
coming to
also-
your spaces. Like I can't stand Lauren, but I'm on all his fan bases and I'm making friends with his biggest fans. What is that?
This is
you're
weird-
always gonna look fucking weird doing that. And I fuck with Raqi heavy, but you're always gonna look weird doing that.
Yes.
Always. I hate this person, so I'm gonna kick it in his spaces with his biggest fans. That doesn't make sense.
Well, it actually does make sense because haters just misguided love.
Did they
and
always hate each
admiration.
other though? Even after all this, like when she was first in the spaces, was there hate there? Because I don't like. I remember them
played
not.
nice. They
I
played
remember-
nice at
Yeah, I
first.
remember them not being like
played nice at
they're not
first.
like friends no more. But it seemed like they were, I guess, cordial. There was no hate or nothing for real. Like they've had conversations on there already where
They
like,
have. They definitely have.
You know what I'm saying?
But there's still underlying thing.
So this was just-
a lot of
this was
people
just
say
boiling up.
sexual. A lot of people say sexual attention.
Yeah.
I don't think it's sexual attention. I think that she contributed to a guy that she loved when he was in his worst. And now that he's really successful, she's been written out of history. I do also think Joe did her dirty in more than one way. And it's a typical story. You know what I'm saying?
Joe does somebody dirty.
Not Joe does dirty. A girl loves
laugh.
you. It gives you a lot. You don't give a fuck. And you move on at some point. And that happens a lot in situations. Like, whether it be a famous situation or a regular nigga in your town. Like, there's a bitch that loved
caveat,
you, gave you everything.
Most nigga, this situation happens despite the drug usage and hopefully not being like a bum. Like, those are the only two caveats. Like, Joe was a drug user.
I don't think there's any caveat. I think there's a girl that loved a nigga, whether it be friendship or past that,
That's a
and
big
gave him a
thing,
lot.
though.
The bitches love niggas every day. What the fuck? What do you mean that's a big
When
thing?
she was talking about it, she was like, nigga, you was strung out on my couch. I had to help you up and wipe your mouth.
Give you
That's just
cold
a
showers.
drug addict story.
Yes, but that's...
There was a nigga with no job for 1 year. I paid all the bills. It's the same thing.
But the way she talks about it, like, if she didn't have that slight bit of conscience, he might not even have made it here.
Maybe not.
That's how she makes it seem. And Joe
Doesn't give a
Joe
fuck.
doesn't treat her like that.
He does.
Joe
why-
doesn't treat the bitch like she almost saved his life.
So
And that's kind of fucked up if she almost saved your
and
life,
Joe
right?
doesn't even try to make it like
I don't think so. I think they both done fuck shit together. I don't think that he should be expected to just like for the rest of his life be appreciative of her when they've done fuck shit to each other.
yes, no.
Yeah, nah, but there's a difference between just
All
being
right,
appreciative.
we did do
and
each
going
other
in on the
dirty,
bitch
but
on
there was that
Spaces.
time you gave me CPR. I'll always love you for that.
Yeah,
Maybe that,
Well,
but
That's some thorough
that's actually
shit.
that's
some
the thing, though.
that's some
Yeah,
I don't know
honorable
if that's the best
shit.
example because
it's
that's
not the best. It's all right.
Because
I
it
think
kind
it
of
saved my life.
disproves
Yeah,
your
wait,
point.
They brought a nigga back from Lazarus.
Yeah,
like,
right.
God
That's a little
damn,
different.
nigga.
Nigga, you hit me with the Narcan.
You gonna be a
You know
dickhead
what I'm
to
saying?
that person?
But you said what?
So you would be a dickhead to that person?
Yeah, you might be a dickhead to that person.
And you're a dickhead for doing it.
It's especially look.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So you're excusing treating people bad that once like loved you enough to like,
That happens
look
every
out
day.
for you. And so we should just say fuck those people.
I don't know what everybody's situation is different, but that happens every day.
I just feel like Joe isn't.
That happens
being-
every day with people. Like you
Damn,
might
that's
have had
some grimy
you
shit,
might have
dog.
had a best friend for 5 or 10 years that like y'all were close best friends or whatever. It fell out and it was like I don't fuck with the nigga at all now, but yeah, we spent good
Okay.
times and bad.
Well, let's
but
try
that
to keep
happens
it
in
on.
all
Let's try to keep it
relationships.
about what we're talking about.
That's fine.
Nobody fucks their friends over here. So
Yeah, right.
say it again, nigga. But overall, it's just like their relationship is just more. It's more history.
Because it's drug induced. That's why they just live two lifestyle. They just live 2 lifetimes compared to niggas not on drugs or alcohol.
I'm not saying he has to like kiss her feet all the time.
Yeah,
but to what you're saying about this happens all the time.
does.
Yes, this happens all the time. And just like now, niggas don't be honest. Like niggas don't be like, it's fuck this bitch, but she held me down. It's still fuck this bitch though for life.
What if
But
this
she held
bitch
me
won't?
down.
What if this bitch won't go away? You keep popping up. You claim you hate me. You claim you despise me, but you keep popping up.
Like at my place of business?
Yeah, or it just you're in my fan club spaces all the time just to talk about me. But then you say, I won't stop talking about you. But you have literally joined my fan space.
Yeah.
What are we talking about right now?
Raqi is a strange case. She talks to people.
That's why it always looks. It's always going to look bad in her set.
It
Because
is
it looks
always gonna
bad,
look
but
bad.
it doesn't excuse him looking like
Yeah.
a bad friend or like a bad person in the situation.
It does
either.
excuse him if he's had the conversation with her behind the scenes.
I think they've had several conversations behind the
If
scenes.
you've had that,
Look,
then it excuses
Raqi,
him a little bit.
she talks to swamp creatures. So she's not, we're not painting her as a saint.
Right.
But in this, let's just play it.
And we're starting at 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted me like that because I didn't want them either. We didn't have that relationship. We had a family-style friendship. So that's cool. But if we're going to act like every time I came out the bathroom, you wasn't sitting on the floor beating your dick and I had to walk past your nasty ass. Yeah. Let's not fucking play now.
Pause.
Because every time you...
That's crazy.
So that was crazy. It sounds like he did that a lot.
It sounds like he can't even deny it.
It sounded like, why did she keep doing it? Why was that just okay with her?
Nigga's a junkie.
He's a masturbator, that's for sure.
This also doesn't sound like a very clean house.
And you got to think about the lifestyle.
Joe's a masturbator. That nigga, she's got some wild stories. We just keep getting new little masturbation stories about him every couple months now.
Yeah, too many. It's like, come on,
They're
nigga,
racking.
this is-
It's got, yeah.
That's strange.
Junkie. What drug? There's certain drugs to where like you can't nut and you just horny.
Why you say it like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
real,
I'm not a drug
like,
addict. I don't know.
You sound like you was on one of them shit.
Right.
Yeah, nigga.
But
Glad you got that in, Lauren.
she said, what did she say? She said, yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't what's a step under a nuke? Like that's just like a little hold that.
Yeah, you
nigga.
thought I would never tell nobody that,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah.
That nigga shut up after that. That is
Why
crazy
did she put
though,
up?
Joe.
Why did she put up with that though?
Because the nigga's a junkie. She was probably high too.
Right. So
what I'm
I just
saying.
feel like it's okay then.
Nah.
That feels okay to me.
I mean,
She said every time,
Time you walk out.
and
the
we were
bathroom.
best friends for multiple years.
it depends. It depends.
I mean,
AJ,
like,
stop being so dense.
This is like if even if I'm exaggerating and saying literally every time we hung out, when I went to the bathroom, I came outside, I was on the floor jacking off. Let's say it was, she said every time, just say it was 40% of the time.
Yeah.
Over 2 years, that's a lot.
It's creepy.
It's a lot, bro.
That's a weird guy.
And you just kept, you said, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going to the bathroom around these niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not like she's not gonna
I'm not
stop
gonna-
pissing and shitting
I'm
because
not
this
gonna
nigga
blame her,
horny.
but it's like it clearly it doesn't feel that uncomfortable.
I don't know. Well, I mean, even if it isn't that uncomfortable, it's still some weird shit.
Yeah,
It's only weird now. It might have been cool back then.
I don't know. I feel
It's
like
weird hearing
we
it.
justifying bullshit right now.
Yeah, yeah,
You sure you want to argue for the guy jerking off on the floor, dog?
Yeah, that's yeah.
I
When a
don't-
woman's
I'm-
coming out the bathroom?
I
nigga?
plan on keeping my arguments very even back and forth. I'm just saying. I think one, it's weird. Two, I think it sounded like it was happening a lot, and she didn't have a fucking problem with it. I think
I hear you, but
think
the-
both things
but-
are
but
happening.
That don't
I hear
excuse
you,
it.
but victim blaming. I don't
Yeah,
know if
that
it
don't
works in this
excuse shit.
scenario because
Let's
it's
move
like
to the next one.
What you gonna say? She said she was too nervous to say that she was uncomfortable.
With the
Then
drug-
what?
She
with the
doesn't strike
drug
me as
usage?
somebody that doesn't speak up.
I asked you, what would you say then?
What would I say? Mm-hmm. If she said she was too nervous,
To say that she was uncomfortable about that shit.
I would say if that was a family style environment, she was too nervous to tell anybody.
Well, she loved the dude. That's my,
Oh,
that's my
God.
brother.
Let's run it.
Let's go to the next one. 5:15. Joe was a bum.
I
The
don't
point
know.
is,
I wish
stupid,
you talk
when
about
your ass
them.
went to jail, I bailed you out. You was never the type of nigga.
We don't care about that girl.
No, of course you don't. You was a bum, Joe. You was a thorough fucking bum, and I was a friend to your bum ass.
And now it's over, bitch. It's over.
That's fine, so stop coming in rooms where I'm at addressing me.
You in a Joe Budden space.
Fuck.
You in a whole Joe Budden space. You
This
fucking
ain't Joe
dog.
Budden's face, you
Pause.
dick.
Fact. That's a fact.
Two things were, I believe both things. You were a fucking bum. I believe all that shit. I bailed you out of jail. I believe all of it. And then she had the nerve to say, but you keep coming to my spaces. And then when he snapped, everybody is right here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
That's why
But-
everybody lost.
Nah.
This is two L's.
Some people lost a little bit harder.
I don't think so.
Well,
I think
okay,
they both look
it's
crazy.
like
Yeah.
They both look insane.
if a grenade, all right, it's a small room, a grenade got dropped in it, but Joe lost a lot more limbs.
He was closer to the blast.
He was way closer. All the fragmentation. just fucked him up.
How?
Because the final
He was jerking off on the floor, dog. You lose, nigga.
Jerking off on the floor. Probably in the fetal position too.
Yeah, with legs curled. Come on, Joe.
Joe Budden jerking off on the floor.
I just think it looks crazy for both of them. I don't think anybody ever wins when they go back and forth. I don't think nobody ever wins.
You talk about between them?
Yeah, and nobody ever wins. They always look crazy.
If
they both look fucking wild to me.
If she's truly like just the vile motherfucker,
who gives a fuck what she did for this nigga back in the day?
If she's truly that vile, why
imagine every single one of your ex-girlfriends wanting you to put respect on what they did for you while y'all were in a relationship?
Well, it don't sound like ex-girlfriend. It sounds like ex-family.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also
like
sounds
ex-homegirl.
But she's moving with the energy of like, I took care of you, like on some ex-relationship shit.
And is that in the hypothetical you just asked too?
What?
Is that in the hypothetical you just asked, saying that if an ex-girlfriend came back and said she wanted credit for taking care of us,
right?
For keeping me alive when I was on
when I was a fucking junkie. Like, I feel like that's a very big thing that we can't just escape over. Like,
we can't escape over.
We were both on drugs together.
Well, I don't know.
Well, it sounds like she was a little bit more sober than he was.
Like,
he's taken care of.
And was that the story?
They both did drugs together.
Okay. Then,
yes.
Confirmed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Well,
Who gives a fuck? They were two junkies taking care of each other. That's what junkies do.
Nah.
That's what homeless niggas.
That's what friends do, AJ.
No, and
some friends bond over drugs, but that doesn't make them not friends. You treat your people.
I never said they weren't friends. I don't even know what you're saying right now.
What was that?
Well, because you keep trying to make it seem like the relationship that they had isn't significant because they were junkies taking care of each other. I feel like that's still a situation where niggas can be friendly. I think niggas can still be genuine.
Junkie love,
like, I think it's not like it's undermined because they was fucked up.
No,
it's probably heightened.
That's not what. Nope, that's not what I was doing at all.
All right, explain what you're doing then, nigga.
I am saying that everything feels pretty fucking even because there were two junkies getting at each other. I don't know if Raqi was like a full-blown junkie. I just know she did drugs with him. But they were two people doing fuck shit to each other. So I can't weigh one over the other when it seems fucking even to me. It just seems so even.
I don't know. It sounds like one person was doing a lot more caretaking than the other one.
When is it not like that?
I don't know. In fucking healthy relationships. What you want me to say, nigga? I've never seen one.
Come on, man.
So when is it not like that? It's always like that.
That's my anecdotal.
Why would he stoop that low though? If she's really that vile of a creature, why would he like try to level with her? So even if everybody lost, he lost more. You know, not to bring up like, you know, the classic, you know, you fight a gay dude, you lose anyway, but it's almost to that stance. Like, even if you win, you still lose. So it's like, even if she is that bum bitch who just follows him around, you're still egging it on. Call the police.
You're feeding the animal, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Call the police, Joe. But he don't want to call the police. He want to keep talking to this bitch.
He love that girl.
He love this bitch.
What's the next timestamp? Get a Joe Budden space.
Now we was listening to this.
Go to 6 minutes.
This shit was
or actually, just hit play.
What are you talking about?
Fucking room.
You in a Joe Budden fan face.
Why you mad?
What Fred got to do with this?
But Fred put up the sad emoji. I'm with Fred.
You lame as hell. You lame as hell. You lame as hell. Been beating your dick off to me. You lame as hell.
Raqi, enough, girl. You just got ass. You just got halfway cute when I stopped talking to you. Nobody's looking at you like
don't even got
that.
a brain,
I
nigga.
still don't really think you're cute, but I understand that these niggas do.
You talking about ass?
So you was talking to her.
These bitches ain't had shit. They ain't even have a pot to piss, and half your bitches didn't even have a house.
Yo, we gave a round of applause when you came. You rushed to us when you got some ass. You was so happy. And we was happy for you.
Pot to piss in,
nobody tried to pop your ass.
They didn't have a place to go. You talking about ass, nigga? I was the most put together bitch you ever been around in your mother.
Raqi, you homeless now.
Your ass until you got a dollar.
You are homeless right now.
shut the fuck up with this. Enough with this now.
Oh, suck my dick, Joe.
God damn it.
Why didn't she have a response to that?
Stop coming in here because
Why didn't she have a response to that?
Because she's homeless. Maybe.
Allegedly.
The possibility feels high right now.
And look, that's great.
She did have a response. She said,
And look, and the funny thing is, if he was as good as her, he would be taking care of her. Because that's what she did for him. But he's
She
not.
was down bad.
But he's not. And she's not even on drugs, visibly, at least. You know what I'm saying?
They're not fucking with each other no more. Why would he take care of her? They were fucking with each other when she was taking care of him. Like they were friends.
So I want to see you survive.
Because that's some real nigga shit.
Yeah.
Base level.
I hear a bunch of shit y'all niggas wouldn't do.
Nah, it's just you wouldn't do it.
No.
So you would?
Nah, you wouldn't do
I'm
it.
asking you right now.
Yeah, I'll probably take care of my people.
Probably, or
I'll take care of my
would
people.
do it.
If we're
Yes or
still
no?
cool, I'll take care of my people.
You're not cool though. That's the whole point. They're not cool right now.
What do you mean not cool? Why are we not cool?
Fucking God.
Yeah, you gave me a hypothetical. You want me to inherit Joe Budden situation, or you gonna paint the picture?
They're not
nigga?
cool. The same way Raqi and Joe are not cool right now. They're not cool.
I wouldn't buy
when
her
y'all
a
talk
home.
on spaces, y'all yell at each
I
other.
wouldn't buy her a home, but I wouldn't treat her like a bum bitch, and I definitely wouldn't dox that information. Nah.
What would you do?
I
When they're
just
on
told
your-
you what I would do. I said I wouldn't buy her a home, but I also wouldn't make her feel like a bum bitch for no reason on spaces.
But they're going at it on spaces.
And I wouldn't go at it with her. I wouldn't be in this space.
What if they're going at you?
What do you mean? What if they're going at me?
They're on
I would leave
spaces
it
and
alone.
constantly talking about you.
I would
Just
leave
let
it
them
alone.
live.
Yeah.
But you still like throw them a little check, throw them a little cash app.
Yeah, nobody said that. He said he'd buy her a home.
I ain't say that.
No, you brought that point.
Who?
You.
I ain't brought him. I bring her up home.
He didn't bring up any point so far about
Yeah,
this.
he said that Joe Budden would treat her like she did when she was in need. When
Well,
he was in need.
Not buy her home, but
You
just,
should have.
just take, make sure a bitch straight.
What's that mean?
So ask him.
Sure,
so
bitch
now
straight.
ask him.
Make sure a bitch straight. You're asking me what I would do if I was Joe, or you're asking me
What you would do in this situation? Somebody you don't fuck with no more. You're at the same hate level that Joe and Raqi have for each other now. They're talking shit about you, but they're down bad right now. They're homeless.
I
What
let
you
her
gonna do?
live.
You're not gonna cash out her?
I let her live.
But you said you was gonna help him out.
No, he said that.
You said that
He
too.
said that. Play
said
the
that
tape back.
You play tape. You said you buy a bitch home. Look, I would. First of all, I would appreciate the fact that I was used to be on drugs,
and I'm in a better position.
and I'm
now.
in a better position. That would be the first step. I wouldn't.
You would thank God.
I might go back and forth with her just because I own a network. It's like I gotta work, so I might go back and forth with her. But I'm not gonna. He got personal.
He took it there.
She said I was beating my meat while I'm sitting on the floor. What if that was a thing that we had?
First of all, everybody, look.
She said after she said that.
If you're an adult,
that was still the funniest part.
If you're
She
an
said, you was
adult,
sitting on the floor beating your meat. Yeah. I said,
if you're an
yo, he
adult
was doing that
and
shit.
you've lived, if you're an adult and you've talked to like a couple thousand people, you could just look at Joe and know he's a creep. Like base level, it doesn't matter what, you don't know what he's into, but he's a creep. And him sleepwalking, beating his dick naked. I don't know if he was beating his meat naked, but
Nah, he wasn't. He beat that case.
On the floor.
Did you mean for the pun?
Oh, that was good. No,
That
it
went
didn't.
over his head.
It didn't.
But
Good though.
yes. So basically, I wouldn't take it as personal. I wouldn't say the bitch is homeless.
It's no point.
I might play into it
Why was that so bad? That felt light to me.
because
not if somebody. Nah, that's not light. Especially if you're trying to portray yourself a certain way to people who don't know you.
wait, what's light?
Which is you're saying that's what Rocky's doing.
Yeah. And you're trying to,
Why is she doing that?
and
because that's what a lot of people do in their come up. That's a general come up story. People fake it till they make it all the time.
But then you get put in these positions.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're in this position and somebody I once helped and helped them out their worst situation, they
We're
don't
not
want
cool
that,
right
they don't
now.
want to out me. Yeah, but that's still a little bit of a grimy move. I can agree with that sentiment. That's all
especially
I'm
for
saying.
a person that took care of you.
I can
back
agree
in
with
the
the
day.
sentiment. That's
That
all I'm
might
trying to
have
say.
saved your fucking life.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just agree with the sentiment. I understand how somebody could think that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's
I
fucked
feel
up.
like Joe. I don't know, man. He just didn't have to say like
that was
she
a
was home.
violation.
He could have said anything else, like, "Bitch, I was beating my dick because you was naked." You know what I mean? Like he could have said anything. Like I wasn't just beating my dick for nothing. Like you were just standing there naked. Like he could have tried to something. He could have tried something, but hey, man, he took it personal.
Take it personal.
And when you're high off of whatever drug,
though. She said some wild shit. That's wild. That's
feels so
exposing that
evil.
information. That's wild.
Right.
That's wild information.
she used to.
The gloves were off already.
Wait, how?
That's wild information.
He used
Light
to.
work.
He used to help himself to her. How's that bad?
That's something you don't want. I got a girl now too, and all this extra shit. I don't want to have these conversations.
I don't think
Lauren
I don't
just
think
exposed
anything-
himself. He
I
helps
don't think-
himself. What
I don't
about
think
you,
anything-
AJ?
Wait, what?
What? What are you
Hugs
talking
himself?
about?
What?
Helps himself. Then is that what you just said?
No, he did not say that.
No. I'm speaking from Joe Budden's perspective. I was like, he got a lady at home and all this extra shit too. Like, I don't even want to have these conversations. And now I got to have this conversation with her at home too.
Well, I give it to Sade, I think her name is.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that could be said about him.
That would fuck it up. Yeah.
She's solid.
Yeah, she seems solid.
Yeah, I
She seems
mean,
solid.
yeah, this is some wild shit just over the last couple months that I've heard about him and his, I guess, sexual deviance. It's a lot to just know. The sleepwalking thing. Then it was the pod wife thing.
Yeah.
She's the one that said that information.
Yeah.
So, and then now this, it's like 3 in 3 months. It's just 6 months. It's a lot.
Yeah, nah.
3 might be right.
Joe's a
They've been
little
coming back to back. Pause.
Joe's he's a little freaky acorn head nigga. I wouldn't say I said creep earlier.
Cornhead nigga.
I said creep earlier. I want to change that because it's not creep. It's just a little freaky, just a freaky deaky nigga.
Gooner.
Maybe.
Gooner, maybe.
Yes, Gooner. Because I was watching
40
Pod
Gooners.
Wives. I was watching Pod Wives, and him and his wife was like, "Oh yeah, nah, we buy our corn. Yeah, no, yeah, we have
Yeah,
standards.
definitely a gooner for sure.
Yeah."
Damn, I don't think I've ever paid for it.
But nah, man, you're right. They both lost, but Joe lost half his torso. You know what I'm saying? In this blast, this radioactive nuke that they both just dropped.
Who y'all think looks better, Raqi, Thunda, or Sade?
Sade.
In terms of everything, presence, looks, conversation.
We'll just go face. I'm with you.
Pull her up.
Yeah, pull her up real quick. Raqi doesn't look bad.
I didn't ask that.
Raqi doesn't look bad.
I don't know if it's gonna have.
Why did the singer Sade pop up?
I'm on YouTube.
No, you're supposed to put Raqi, Thunda, and Sade on YouTube on Google.
Yeah. It's A, ain't it?
RAQI. Yeah.
It's Thunda though, ain't it?
Thunda.
Yeah, it's with an A on the end.
Back when niggas was spelling shit bad.
Yeah.
I feel like Joe would only upgrade. So if Raqi is okay,
It's always gonna bring up the other Sade, I think.
I mean, just
Damn,
do
where the
Joe Budden-
fuck is she at?
Just do Joe Budden's girlfriend Sade.
That's what I was trying to do at first.
Yeah, we'll just.
I can't really see from that picture.
You can't hold a candle to my bitch. That's what he said.
Are we just talking about face?
Yeah, so I said that.
Okay, just face, then she got it, but
Yeah.
no.
That's what we're leaving it at.
sorry, Joe. Click on the one with her buttocks.
What?
Her buttocks. Where's like a better photo?
Oh, you want me to scroll?
Do the one with the suit right there on the top.
Is that edited?
This was like a regular picture.
Nigga, mind-boggling.
God.
Yeah, she's
damn.
better. And Joe's a freak.
Yeah.
And that's
if you like
that's just
proportions
clear.
like this, you a freak.
And I will say, Joe, I never see. Is this bimbo material?
Proportions?
It's bimbo material.
Proportions for sure.
With all the respect in the world to Joe and his girl.
Yes.
Yes.
With all respect.
100%.
You know what I mean? Because there's a difference between like wanting to fuck, like, you know what I'm saying, your homie girl, and trying to. Like, I don't even want to. We're just talking about it. You get what I'm saying? So we haven't even reached that level of like.
We were not talking about that at all.
But I'm saying,
Nah, but
like,
it is important to understand the distinction because when you're talking about the attractiveness of the homie partner,
Oh,
get-
right,
there
right,
is
right.
the
You have to
territory
know-
that you're diving
you
into.
have to know
okay.
Like you're
levels
kind of
and-
telling me you a fucker.
Well, that's why I just said face.
Well, yeah. When nobody's disagreeing, I'm just saying, like, podcasting for like the fun people that like to watch.
Right.
But yeah, nah, I would say his new woman, and God bless him.
Yeah.
You're only supposed to go up in this world,
He
nigga.
said, you can't hold a candle to my bitch.
Yeah, nah.
Yo, they were arguing about the stupidest shit, man. Holy fuck. They both lost. But boy, was it entertaining. That shit was funny.
Shout out to Joe.
Shout out to Raqi, man. Let it go.
Her breasts are big as shit.
Y'all want to hear Joe admitting to be a bum one time? We got to keep it fair. 14 minutes.
Yes, that might be important. Oh, you talking about that one? That shit was funny.
Yeah, that shit was, I can't even remember if it was about being a bum, but it was just funny as fuck.
Dreams now.
Yeah, all right. Like your fat ass on the court.
The window closed. It's okay.
Ain't no fucking window. What the fuck are you talking about, bitch?
Everybody can't go.
Nigga, you ain't been to half the places I've been. What are you talking? You just got
Everybody
here.
won't be there with you when you.
Nigga, you worked your life on to get into half of the rooms I've been into. You just started going to fucking basketball game. You just started getting on fucking flights. What are you talking about? Nigga, you just started buying your first fucking packs of underwears, you bum. What are you talking about? The last 10 years, you spent your life gossiping about other niggas, sucking Drake's dick. I've been traveling the world, fuck boy. What are you talking about? You got me fucked up.
That's true.
Oh, shit.
You like that, right?
Yeah, you like that, right?
Hey, that's true.
Ah, man. That was funny.
So good.
That was a nice little run right there, though.
That's good.
Everybody lost, but I enjoyed every moment of it. I'm not going to lie. It really did.
Man.
Let's go over to this rap radar.